Hello, everybody. How you doing today? Hi, I'm Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money and More with Jan channel. Going to jump right into it today. I have some 6 make life easier or a little bit less expensive tips for you. Hope everybody is doing well. But before I jump into that, I always forget to do this. Hang on. Okay, great. Thanks so much for clicking the like button. I appreciate it. Jump right into it. Many of us love a certain dish detergent, and the name reminds me of a friend of mine by the name of Dawn. I'm just saying. I don't get an extra dime for saying it, but that product is good. I understand also that another company puts out a similar product at perhaps a less price. I don't know. I've never tried it, but I thought I heard rumors to that effect by some of you guys. So if you can get anything for less money like that, that's a great quality. Do it. But excuse me, please. However, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make it stretch even longer. Okay, let's suppose that you buy the traditional bottle. I'm not talking about the humongous bottle, at those big box stores, but if you have a humongous bottle, that's fine. But get one of those, maybe have an empty bottle somewhere else that you use for some other product, okay? Empty it out, clean it out, typical dish liquid bottle. Okay. What I do, and it works, I put in literally 6 to 8 drops, little drops. I'll count it because I am a bit of a bean counter. I really am. I'll put 6 to 8 drops in that empty bottle. I put cold water in it because if I put in hot water, it's going to just fill up with, bubbles, with suds. I don't want to do that quite yet. But do you know that 8 drops, 6 to 8 drops, last me an entire day? So I don't mind just adding 6 tiny drops every morning to my bottle. It takes like a second. It really stretches out the length of time that it takes me to use it up. That particular product, I'm telling you, even if you believe your bottle is empty, just put some water in there. You're going to find out that it still foams up and it's still usable. I'm just saying, I think that's a pretty darn good deal. There you go. All right. Speaking of filling up bottles, I mentioned this recently because this really happened to me. I had a clogged drain, right? But what I usually would do, besides, plunging, sometimes I plunge, sometimes I don't. But I would usually do is use a combination, and it's a good idea to do this anyway. It cleans out your drain, keeps it fresh smelling. A combination of vinegar and baking soda, and run it down for, let it run down. Let it sit in the drain, then I let it flush down, like pouring, let water trickle down for about, I don't know, a few minutes. Just let it sit there, just eyeball it. I ran out of vinegar. I thought I had tons more. I'm like, wait a minute, I could swear that I had more vinegar. Maybe it's sitting in the land of the lost somewhere. But at that moment, I said, what do I have in this house that will suffice, that contains a lot of vinegar? Much to my shocking delight, I found that I had an older, mustard bottle. Like when you have like some left on the bottom, you can't get it out. I filled it up with water. Mustard, the very first ingredient is distilled vinegar. Really? So I filled that up and I just poured it down as if vinegar and used my baking soda as usual. And it did the trick. And then a bonus thing that it actually did for those that missed that other audio show from last week. You know what else it did? Like when you just don't feel 100% that your food storage containers are 100% clean. And, that's the way I am. So what I did was I tried an experiment. I used that same mixture, okay, of the vinegar. I didn't use baking soda, just the vinegar left over from the mustard, that water and mustard solution. Oh my word. In 2 seconds, maybe 1 second, it cleaned it out. Does it smell like mustard? No. Did the drain smell like mustard? No. Maybe the baking soda with the drain canceled out the odor, but it worked. It worked. Just thought I'd pass that along to you. You just never know. Sometimes you have to get creative. It's true. Necessity is truly the mother of an invention. Am I right or am I right? All right, so now it's back to school time. Some people maybe already went back to school, but in my area, we usually don't go back to school till after Labor Day, just like when I was a kid. And also when I was a teacher after Labor Day. So, but however, back to school time does mean things are changing in the morning. Yeah, the morning routine gets a little more chaotic. I don't have to tell any parent that. Everybody knows that. Back to school time is a change. I mean, it has its good perks too. You know what I'm saying? Like after they're dropped off and you go back to your home, apartment, or office and you go, okay. But what am I driving at? Not too long ago, I recommended, and it is a good suggestion. Okay, it's a good suggestion that if you need a little me time, this is for any parent with any kids going back to school. To school, make sure to set your alarm clock about 15 to 20 minutes earlier, just to sit there and stare into space with your coffee. Just to sit there and just like sort out the world with your coffee. Everything else feels better after your initial, if you drink coffee, maybe it's tea, maybe it's your, water, maybe make your smoothie and just like sit there, just like take a moment for yourself. Now more than ever, when you have the more chaotic mornings about to happen, or if they've already started, whatever, this is a really good piece of, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't say advice, but it's a suggestion. I don't give advice. All right. Here's an easy math rule. Know how much I love math, not, but it is our friend and it does help us out. Okay. Because math is a fact. See, unlike opinions, I have opinions. All of us have opinions. There are plenty of them. And let me just tell you something. Unlike opinions, math is a fact. 2 plus 2 will always equal 4. 3 plus 1 will always equal 4. 5 plus 2 will be 7. And 7 minus 0 will always equal 7. Fact, 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 fact. Can't rewrite the facts. Okay? But I noticed something. Here's an easy way to save. If you have $10, I'm just use this figuratively. In the number of 10 is multiples, okay? Multiples of 10. Every time you hit multiple 10, save $2. Why? How can I do that? Try. Just do it as a game. Do it as a game for a few days. See what happens. See what happens, okay? Because think about it. If you save $2 out of 10, you just saved 20%, right? 20% from your 10. I think that's how that works. If not, well, you know me with math. But think about it. For every $10 you have in your wallet, put 2 away. See what happens. All right. You're going to say nothing's going to happen. Well, nothing's going to happen, but keep doing that for weeks and weeks and then see what happens. Let me know. Next, let's talk about pasta. But pasta, yes. Not everybody cares for rice. But if you like the idea of something small for your little starch or your little soup or put your stuff on, highly do recommend this. This is a recommendation. You may enjoy an overlooked pasta for some people. It's called orzo, Orzo. And what it reminds me of, like the inside of a cantaloupe, the cantaloupe seeds, when you boil them up, oh my gosh, they just look like so pretty. They're pasta, but they look like little seeds. And you could like put it in your soup. You could just put your chicken on top of it as instead of a bed of rice if you're not a rice fan. Okay. So this is a great, great option. I'm just saying. And it's convenient. And now if you happen to get longer pastas like vermicelli or spaghetti, that type of pasta, the long ones, anything long, please, by all means, when you open up the box, before you put it away into your clear storage, if you do it that way, you open it up, break them in half. What? Why should I do that? Because you just double the volume and use of it. We don't really need to have extremely long pasta in our plate. And I don't like looking at boiling up vermicelli or spaghetti with half of it on the top not cooking, half of it only cooking on the bottom. I always like to break them in half. Plus that I get double trouble for free. No, honestly, I get extra sessions with it. So there. So let's say that you normally just get 2 out of it. You're going to get 4 out of it if you do it my way. I just break them in half, and then what I do is just use about a half of each half. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's worth it. Break them in half, those long ones. I'm just saying. All right, so break up all long pastas like spaghetti in half and you double the use, which means you also lowered the cost. You just instantly gave yourself like an instant discount. All right, and that's pretty much it on this mixed bag Thursday. Every once in a while, I like to do a mixed bag of tips. Doesn't matter what day. Mixed bags of tips are always, always fun. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate everybody's time. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Have a great day.